Hello.
Hi,
Can you please tell me a bit about yourself?
my name is Minh Ánh, and I am a student in class 11 English in Lào Cai High School for Gifted Student.
Okay, so now we're going to start our speaking.
All
In
right.
what ways do you try to stay healthy?
Well, to be honest, I have tried several ways to maintain good health. First thing first, I always do is to ensure the amount of calories I take in the body every day. And I have to make sure the diet includes enough protein, nutrition, vitamin, and such. Furthermore, I also try to spend around 20 or 15 minutes a day for exercises, maybe just play some sports or walking, jogging by the river.
Yes, okay. Do you have any unhealthy habits?
Honestly speaking, I can say that as other teenagers, I usually burn the midnight oil and I usually stay up late until 12 or 1 p.m., which I consider as kind of unhealthy because at that time it is often the time for organ and my body to relax, but I force them to be energetic. Furthermore, I also think that I do not have enough exercise. Like I live in a sedentary lifestyle, so that exercise is not enough every day. I do not have time for that. So I think it is also kind of unhealthy.
Yes, okay. Which one is more important to you? Eating healthy food or doing exercise regularly?
From my point of view, I think these are equally important because eating healthy food and doing exercise regularly are both compulsory to keep our body in good condition. While eating healthy food can help us to prevent such disease like obesity or diabetes from unhealthy food and food contains sugars. Um, I can say that doing exercise regularly is a good way for muscle muscle development and a way for us to engage enough energy for body as well as for mental health. So I think that those are both important to me and for everyone. It is kind of hard to compare eating healthy food and doing exercises for a healthy body.
Yes. Okay, so now I would like you to describe a healthy lifestyle that you know. And you should say that what is it? How do you know it? When do you do it? And why do you think it is healthy?
I can say that I'm not a very healthy person. Like I easily stay up late or maybe even do not have enough exercise every day. But I can say that I just always try my best to keep my body in good condition. And one of the ways that I always recommend everyone to do is eat clean. Eat clean is a way of having desired and menu that the majority of food we absorb in our bodies comes from fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Well, it doesn't mean that in this diet, people will eliminate protein, meat, or rice. It just try to minimize the amount of those and, of course, minimize the amount of spice in food. Well, I can say that I knew this last year when I tried to keep a good body and have a good shape of the body. I try to look for YouTube channel on that helped me to have the cardio exercise. And Chloe Ting is one of the influencers that helped me with this. And I not only followed her exercises, but I also followed the diet, which contains eat clean that she always recommend to the audiences. I think that it is a very good way to keep body healthy because through my experience, I can say that at first why I try this diet, I feel very tired and hungry because I do not take in enough rice or the amount of rice is not properly for me. But then just after some weeks, I get used to it and I really feel like my stomach feel lighter and I just feel like I'm feel more relaxing. Furthermore, I think it is a good way for us to manage the amount of calories taken in the body, which means that we can prevent obesity as well as diabetes because we follow a good amount of calories taken in and trying to do exercises to take them out. Well, I can say that some people might think it is difficult to do this at first, but just don't worry because it's always hard to break a habit or maybe take the swift action. Just set the milestone to change the diet one by one every day. Like maybe at first, I choose to have 30% of my menus includes vegetables and fruits, but for the next week, I chose it to increase to 50%, and it is easier for me. So just keep motivating and we can follow eat clean diet, which is very good.
Good. So now we proceed to part three.
Mhm.
Do you think people pay enough attention to their health today?
I haven't think about this yet. Well, I think I can say it's a yes, because nowadays the economy grows more than the past, and people nowadays have more money, which means that they have more attention to health. They have chances to pay attention to their health. And I think they pay enough because we can see that individuals nowadays usually go to the gym, or maybe we have the facilities around the cities for exercises. And furthermore, citizens now have more chances to include the organic food into their diet, into their menu every day, which means that they really put attention to health. They choose good food and they also choose good way of living.
Good. So, in your view, how can children learn to have a healthy lifestyle?
I used to be a child, and as a teenager, I have experienced in several ways, I can say. Well, first and foremost, I must mention my school, because school is where educate children about not just academic section, but also life skill. And school, my school, they taught me a lot about the diet, the calories, and the food good for body. I think it is a way to teach children to have a healthy lifestyle. Furthermore, it is also the parents' responsibility. Like children can learn to have a healthy lifestyle by parents because parents are the role model and children tend to follow their father and mother. And if their father and mother have good habit, children can also learn to have a healthy lifestyle. Last but not least, I think children nowadays can also learn to keep the body in good condition by using social media because social media nowadays is not just a way for chatting, but it is also a area for sharing experiences, especially for lifestyle.
That's good. So, can you tell me what are the most popular ways of keeping healthy in your country?
I think the most popular way nowadays is by doing exercises and sports. And it also depends on ages that they choose different kind of sports. Well, for example, for junior or maybe that primary students, they usually choose to play basketball or football, and it is not very hard to see those children play those sports. But for 20s people, young people, I think that they usually go to the gym or maybe that they try to do sport in a more comfortable way. Yes. And for those senior, those people who are over 50 or 60, maybe that they love to do the light sport like jogging, or maybe that just exercise near their house where they feel safe and light enough for their health.
Yes. Why do you think some people continue bad habits when they know that they are damaging their health?
So from my notion, it is always hard to break a habit, and people continue bad habits because they find it comfortable and they love doing it. They actually consider bad habits as a way for relaxing. While, for example, people notice that laying on the couch and surfing the internet using phone is very hard and is very harmful to their body, especially their eyes, and they know that they do not have enough exercises, but they find comfortable in it, so they just keep continue doing it. Well, furthermore, I also think that it comes from laziness because it's hard to change the daily habit, and good habit is not always so easy. It contains a lot of activities and effort, while bad habits are just very easy to do. So laziness lead people to bad habits. They notice this, but they do not have enough effort to do it, to change the habits.
So, how can people be encouraged to stay healthy?
But I think the best way to notice people, the way to stay healthy is by showing consequence of bad habits, of the way of the lifestyle that which is considered as unhealthy. Well, for example, there are many programs on the TV showing that children should not eat fried foods, fast foods, and snacks. And of course, some parents notice this and they even advise their children not to take in any of those food. And children actually know that even though they love it, it is not very good for their body. So they try their best to prevent eating fast food and fried foods. Well, furthermore, I also that it is a good way to encourage people to stay healthy by their friends and environment. If the environment, if the communities around them trying to stay healthy, have healthy habit, those people also tend to change their habit to like their community in order not to stand out and in order to follow the community. Can you introduce a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So, my name is Quế Anh, and I'm in grade 11 of Lao Cai High School for Gifted Student.
All right, and let's start our speaking test. Part
Yes.
one, let's talk about health. In what ways did you try to stay healthy?
Well, as for me, I try to sustain a good health by doing exercise about 3 times a week, simply just running or walking in the park, to name a few. Other than that, I also follow a healthy diet, which includes a variety of nutritious foods and drinks.
Did you have any unhealthy habits?
Unfortunately, yes. I consider myself a night owl, so most of the time I do everything that needs to be done at night, like which also means that I usually stay up late. I know this habit is detrimental to my well-being, so I'm trying to break my habit, but I think it's going to take a while.
And which one is more important to you from your point of view? Eating healthy food or doing exercise regularly?
Well, from a standpoint, both diet and exercise um are instrumental in keeping you fit and healthy. But if I have to choose one that is more important, I think it might well be eating healthy food, as your body needs certain vitamins to maintain at its peak. Although doing exercise can do you good, but if you don't follow a healthy eating habit, then you won't have the proper energy to exercise. Hence, I think it will do your body more harm than good.
Thank you. And now let's proceed to part two. You will describe a healthy lifestyle that you know, and you should say, what is it? How do you know it? When did you do it? And why do you think it is healthy? and you will have 1 minute to prepare for it.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, I think I'm ready.
You
Okay,
will have
so
2 minutes to talk about it.
okay. So as we know, these days people have become highly health conscious as they are investing a lot of time and effort in keeping healthy and fit. So now I think I would like to put some light on a healthy lifestyle that is effective and I think can be followed effortlessly. So I have been feeling inactive for the last few weeks, which has affected my productivity levels. During this time, I was searching up for ways to get out of this tedious phase. So scrolling through the internet, I found an article on a healthy lifestyle, and it emphasized taking a morning walk to stay active and fit. Reading through its advantages, I realized that, yeah, it was time to give it a try. So, yeah, I have started visiting uh, a park near my house in the morning for the last few days. And I take a walk, breathe in the fresh air, and spend some time lying on the green grass. So far, I think I have noticed minor but also significant changes in my body. I have started being mentally fit besides my physical fitness. Um, other than that, I have also started consuming a healthy diet, including fresh fruits and green vegetables with some dairy products. I think it has helped me get out of the exhaustive phase and improve my concentration levels as well. Therefore, I think taking morning walk and eating clean has have a positive impact on our well-being. And also they can be taught easily in our daily lives. So I think if possible, everyone should follow this healthy lifestyle.
Yes,
That's
thank you
all
for
about
that.
what I wanted to say.
And now, can we continue to part 3? I want to ask you some questions relating to your topic health. Do you
Yes.
think people pay enough attention to their health today?
Well, I think people are still aware of their well-being, just not as much as before, because due to the hectic pace of life, many individuals work so hard and therefore have little or no downtime in life. They choose to eat junk food, lessen their sleep hours to catch up with everyone. And yes, by not having enough time to look after themselves, many people begin to lead an unhealthy lifestyle these days, as I can say.
Uh, and how can children learn to have a healthy lifestyle?
Uh, in my view, children should be taught to stay healthy from the day they start going to school because being at an impressionable age, they are easily influenced by people around them. So as a society, we should adopt a healthy lifestyle, which will influence the youngsters. Um, mm, by having a healthy habit at a young age can help um, can help build in the framework of healthy habits till the end of their life. Yes.
And can you tell me what are the most popular ways of keeping healthy in the country?
I think it depends much on age and personal preferences. For example, like for youngsters like me, we prefer hitting the gym or playing team sports such as badminton or football. While the middle age men and women are often fond of doing yoga and squats, to name a few. The elderly, however, on the other hand, usually go out for walking or jogging in parks near the house. I think is also an ideal place for old people to meet up with their friends.
And why do you think some people continued bad habits when they know that they are damaging to their health?
In my opinion, this is mainly because they have become their habits. And old habits die hard. Another reason may be because they are so up to their years in work or study that they don't find any leisure time to replace those bad habits with good ones. For example, instead of spending much time preparing a meal at home, many people opt to eat fast food to save a great deal of time to do something else. Yeah.
And how can people be encouraged to stay healthy?
Uh, I think one of the best way a person can be motivated to stay healthy is by talking to them about the health benefits. Um, through they can we can promote health benefits through advertisements, and through its ubiquity, people will soon get intrigued and motivate and encourage. Thus, I think they will start to adopt a healthier lifestyle.